But here we go. Here we go. Losers finals, baby. Or losers semifinals, rather. Sorry. I misspoke. Yeah, we got a little HDR going on in the back. Drays getting the big old stretch in. Prepping to fight the bear. It's going to be fun. Right, headed on to Etherean Forest. Really, really good stage for Etalus. I think it does come down to the player, though. But, I mean, Etalus has some unmatched burst range here, especially, you know, the smaller stage in the game. With some of the smallest blast zones, it really, really does come into contention. But Forsburn has a lot of ways to combat that. Very, very mix-up heavy recovery. And some very big disjoints and decent mobility to kind of get around that Etalus burst momentum. So I'm excited to see where that goes, but we're just scrapping right now. Nice little down air spike from Drays, but he misses the tech chase, finds a down tilt anyways. Jimbly a little stuck on ledge right now. Drays looking for the parry to catch that back air, but he doesn't quite find it. Little up throw, looking for the back air, not going to be there. I like the special ledge, into the fair, looking for the forward strong, but Etalus doesn't fall quite that fast. Oh, rough, messing up the recovery. The ledge hog is going to do it. Grabbing that first stock for Jimbly, but it may not be long lasted. I like that parry on the icicles. Oh, Dre's going deep, looking for the spike, but he's not quite going to find it. Finds his way back on the stage. The combustion is online, 120% versus a Forsburn with combustion. Scary spot to be in. I mean, he can pop that just about anywhere, but he doesn't even need it. He's got the back air to nail that stock, putting us almost about even. Combustion still online. You can have a few really early kills with this one. I mean, the spike on that thing can be really nasty, especially with someone like Etalus, who has a very edge-guardable recovery, but Dre's opting to just go ahead and grab some smoke for it instead. Right back to scrap. A little soft back air, but Jimbly's going to find the grab for the forward throw. Dre's setting up some smoke. Might be looking to find some more combustion charges. Looks instead he's just trying to obscure himself, but Jimbly is not worried about one forward tilt to clear all of that out. Forward tilt not quite going to kill, but getting there. 101%. That piles on pretty quick. First hit of forward strong, not quite going to combo, excuse me. Go. Really good ledge dash into the shield. Jimbly a little confused on which one is which. He's been deceived. He's seeing double. Dre stacking up the smoke again. Might be looking for some combustion action. There's the soft back air to help with this ledge trapping, but oh, doesn't quite find the right direction on the grab. We are off stage. Does manage to find his way back onto the ledge, but the reverse fair is going to take that next stock. Really seems like we're having a big issue for Drays here with that burst momentum. I mean, Etalus on this stage is just very, very overbearing. No pun intended, but it is very, very difficult to find your footing and to keep it when, I mean, he's one dash attack away from being on the other side of the stage with an active hitbox at the same time. So the real question here is, how is Drays going to combat that? He has combustion online once again, but it didn't prove too useful the last two times. We'll see if he can find the opening he's looking for, but it doesn't look like he's going to. Oh my goodness, the icicles into the down air is going to take that first game for Jimbly. Very, very clean from both players, but that's definitely one of the harder parts about dealing with Etalus on a stage like Etherean Forest. It's just a matter of finding a way in, and Etalus has some very, very good neutral, a lot of movement mix-ups, a lot of very big and active hitboxes, all of which can just wipe you out so fast. But we are headed to Crystal Oasis, the better rock wall, if you ask me, because that soundtrack is just unbeatable, and I will never shut up about it. But Drays coming down swinging here, but Jimbly's not going down without a fight. Returning with a grab of his own. There's the dash attack into the nair, the Etalus bread and butter. There's the back air from Drays. I mean, we're going back and forth here, back and forth. I like that down air from Drays. Jimbly offstage with no resources. Is that going to be enough for Drays to find the kill, though? Looking for the pop with the club, but he doesn't find it. Instead, he finds a parry and the down strong. There's the nair. There is smoke everywhere. Can Drays find this conversion? 103% off the dash attack. Drays looking for combustion. Not quite going to find it yet. There's the dash attack. Another smokestack. We are one away. There's the back air, and that's going to do it. What a first stock from Drays. I'm super excited to see if Jimbly can find his way back. But we got a couple nairs. Drays catching it with his nair of his own. Forward tilt into the dash attack. Forward strong into the up tilt. Not quite going to find anything off of it. Jimbly with a crouch cancel into the shield. Running in, and now we've got two on screen. Two clones on screen. Really rough space to be in. 60% cementing that lead for Drays Winters right now. Jimbly has a tall order. There's the soft back air. Drays looking for another one, not quite going to find it. Stuck on stage. I like waiting, you know, intentionally missing the tech and then waiting to call out an option. And he does find it. Again, looking for the forward strong one, but he's not quite going to find it. Jimbly with a very nice conversion to take that stock. Armor online, making the bear a lot harder to kill, but much easier to combo. The question is now, is Drays going to be able to make use of that before the armor is gone? Does seem like he is. There's the back air. Might have killed without, but I guess we'll never know. Little clone pop. 133%. There's a lot of things here that could spell Jimbly's demise for this second stock. This is a very large lead on a stage like Rockwall where everybody just explodes and dies so early. Very hard to deal with, but Combustion is back online. Drays finding that spike with the Combustion. A full stock ahead. This is a rough spot for Jimbly to be in. Right back to scrapping. Drays playing a little bit more passive now compared to game one, which is a really big bonus to having access to a stage like Rockwall. Much bigger. Platforms are much better for kind of sitting back and waiting to whiff punish, call out certain options, which it looks like we're seeing a lot of here. But Jimbly finding his way in with these dash attacks, the reverse bears. There's the up tilt into the up air. Drays finds the tech though. We're going to trade the up tilt with the back air. Go, Combustion is back online on a stage like Rockwall. It doesn't take much, but it's gone just as quick as it showed up. 2 more smokestacks. We are 1 away from Combustion being back, but we may not even need it. Drays looking for the upstrong, but not quite going to find the conversion. Gets hit with the fair. Smoke back on stage. Misses the tech, but slides off onto the ledge instead. More stage back on stage, but wow, smoke back on stage. Forgive me. Very nice Dacus from Jimbly. Even better parry from Drays. Call that out with a nice little down strong. There's the forward air. Little nair action, hiding in the smoke. Really hard to hit something you can't see. Down air. Drays looking for the conversion. Not quite going to find it, but there's the first back air, first down air. Nothing there. Looking for the back air. In the corner against Etalus. Not a fun place to be, but we're back. Center stage. Back throw. Sends a little too far to find anything, so Drays is just opting instead to try and gather some smokestacks. Nothing quite yet. Looking for the clone pop. Instead, finds the back air. You love to see it. It's going to make that second game for Drays. Headed into game 3 here. Looks like we have a pretty tight set going on. Jimbly opting for Godai Delta. Very similar to Ethereum Forest in the stage size, but the blast zones are a lot wider, so while that threat of the burst momentum is definitely still there, it makes it a little bit easier to deal with because you're not going to explode quite as early. But if Drays can keep playing passive like he was and looking for these whiff punishes, he might be able to find it. That is the question, is if he can do it, but here's the up air. I like that fair to block the icicles. Really looking for the fair, not quite going to find anything, but there's the forward tilt from Drays. 92% versus 31, though. This is a scary spot to be in. We got clones online. Which one is real? We're seeing double. Jimbly went for the wrong one. Again, stuck on the ledge for his troubles. It's the dash attack. Going to follow up with the first hit of forward strong, but not quite going to get anything off of it. That crouch cancel into shield is very, very good against moves like those connectors, like forward and up strong first hits from Forsburn. Right back to center stage, but that fair is going to catch Drays a little off guard. Not quite going to find the right DI. Just trying to set up the smoke, but it's very, very difficult to do it when you have so many big hitboxes like the bear has, especially with those icicles. Back air. Down air. Oh my goodness. Stuck in the corner. I mean, this is a very, very fun matchup. The bear is super, super unpredictable. I mean, it's very hard to tell what's coming next, and when you're stuck somewhere, it just feels like there are a million hitboxes flying at you, but Drays does not seem to care. He finds the back air, not quite going to do it. The soft down air, not quite going to seal the kill, but Etalus not able to make it back without his jump or his air dodge. Combustion back online. Drays finding his way back onto stage. 69%. Haha. There. The down throw. Pushing Jimbly back off stage. There's the combustion spike, but not enough percent to really find the kill just quite yet. Icicles, Jimbly looking for the up air to seal this stock out, but not quite going to find it. There's the dash attack into the back air, dealing with the clone and the real one at the same time. Looking for a neutral V kill, and he almost found it. But now we're seeing double again. Oh, it's Ice Climbers all over again. Not quite going to be there, though. Jimbly with the forward throw. There's the Icicles. What do you do here? You're stuck, and you get spike sent straight down to the blast zone. 90%. It's going to take a fair bit of work for Drays to bring this back right now, but it all starts with something. Looks like Jimbly might have found that something first, but great floor hug tech from Drays. There's a soft reverse back air. Nice tech. Good parry. Down strong. Not quite going to do it, though. The bear is heavy. Combustion is back online, though. He may not need it. There's a back air. 131%. Looks for the combustion. He doesn't quite find it. But the ledge jump back air is going to do it. Last stock here. Very good lead for Jimbly here. Drays is looking to claw that back as soon as he finds a chance. As soon as he finds a chance. And this might be it. There's the nair into the grab. Gonna send off stage the clone pop to send Jimbly right back into the loving arms of the hyena. There's the up air. Always how it starts. In the corner. Very nice. Jimbly using those big hitboxes once again to clear out the smoke, reveal the Forsburn. Forward strong into the down tilt, not quite going to find anything, but the lead is crumbling. There's the nair, forward air, not quite going to find anything off of it. There's another forward air, doesn't quite find the back air. Jimbly manages to get the shield up in time, and instead we get a Dacus. Very, very nice. Going to mark that Game 3 win for Mr. Jimbly. We'll see if Drays can bring that back and keep this set tight. Rockwall now off the table. Be much harder to find a replacement stage. Really considering going back to Ethereum Forest. A lot of options here, but they're all pretty scary. Opting for Air Armada. This is a fun one and a scary one for both of these characters. I mean, very obviously, you know, the wall doesn't extend all the way down to the bottom of the blast zone, and given that most characters, especially Etalus, the wall can be very integral to your recovery path, so taking that away can make things much, much harder. Etalus is very reliant on that wall, so this is going to make a lot of these edgeguarding situations much easier for Drays, but the inverse also happens to be true. Jimbly already looking for some up air, something like that also is going to be a lot harder for Forsburn to deal with off stage. It's the first up air, and that is going to take that next stock for Jimbly. Very, very nice start for the bear. Drays running in looking, but there is ice everywhere. Jimbly dealing with the clones. And Drays just having a hard time finding his way in. Dash attack is going to start it, though. There's the fair. Not quite going to do anything. He's dancing in the smoke here, Barry. Again, hard to see, hard to hit something you can't see. Forward throw. Drays returning with a couple fairs. Into the up strong. You love to see it. Tying things back up in this game 4 here. There's the down air. Little nair action. Up tilt into the dash attack. Good. Floor hug from Jimbly. Little double dash attack using both of those hits. And now it's just keep the bear away from the platform. He doesn't quite find the ability, but again, combustion is back online. We've seen Drays do a lot with that so far. We'll just need to find an opening first. At 93%, Etalus off stage. There's a lot of options here. But Jimbly manages to find his way back onto stage. Drays looking for a back air, doesn't quite find it, trying to close this out before things get too precarious, but Jimbly is going to block that forward strong. Little soft back air, nice. I love that combustion spike. Very, very nice. I mean, super tight opening, but Drays did manage to find his way in, and that is what matters. Icicles. Drays managing to find his way back on the stage, almost messing up the ledge dash, but it's all right because we take those. Little Dacus from Jimbly, though, tying things back up once again at last. Stock. It's a hot set alert. There's the up tilts. There's the up tilt and the up strongs. Drays racking on that damage. He is not going down without a fight. Jimbly might be in the lead, but we'll see how much longer Drays can make that last. There's the dash attack. The bear is off stage. Combustion is online. There's the nair. There's another combustion. Can Jimbly make it back from here? He cannot. He cannot. Gonna make that game 4 for Drays winners, taking us to game 5 here at IceBox number 8. Jimbly opting for a harbor. I mean, we're seeing both of the cheeser stages, as some may call them, here tonight. Harbor having a similar issue to Air Armada, of course. The wall still exists, but it's been pushed inwards. Now, this is a very interesting stage for Etalus with that up air hit grab that we've seen him make so much use of, because that will hit through that main platform that they're standing on, making edge guarding a lot harder in some cases, and leading to some very early and cheesy kills. This is also the smallest vertical blast zone in the game. So those Dacuses we've been seeing Jimbly make good use of as well are going to come online and be very, very difficult for Drays to deal with. So Nair looking for the combustion strike, but he's not quite going to find it. Just a little out of range there. Jimbly finds the tech chase, but Drays managed to make it back onto stage, catching Jimbly with the teleport hitbox. There's the clone. Jimbly dealing with it very quickly, but there's the fair into the up air. Into the nair, not quite going to find anything, but the clone is here. Very small lead for Drays here. There's the forward though, that's how it starts. There's the up air. How do you get back here? I like that air dodge, dodging the spike hitbox on the bottom of Etalus' up B. That's all Drays needed to make it back to stage. And this is close. Anything could lead to a stock here. It just depends on who finds an opening first. But there's the forward air from Jimbly. Drays does not have a jump or an air dodge. He makes it back onto stage, gets a forward air for his troubles. Gonna use the clone to make it back. I like that down air. But there's the Dacus from Jimbly, gonna give that first stock to the bear. We have armor online, 130% is a lot. The bear is very heavy, especially with armor. And we're already back off stage. Drays using his air dodge to get around the down air. There's the nair. Not quite gonna find it yet. There it is. The forward strong gonna take that next stock. Combustion back online. Jimbly taking his time, setting up some smokestacks. Nothing crazy going on just yet. Dash attack. This is rough. Drays burning those smokestacks for more smoke, but oh my goodness, he gets caught on stage with the forward air with no jump. Manages to find his way back on the stage. You love to see it. Whiffs the grab, almost finds that fair. Drays again starting the fallback, play a little more cautious, look for these openings, but it doesn't matter because there's the bear dash attack. Whatever lead Drays had in the past is now gone. Very, very rough spot to be in. Very, very rough stage to have your game 5 on. A lot of things can happen here, and right now Drays has a whole stock ahead to climb, but this is how it starts. Here's the fairs and the up airs into the dash attack. The damage is climbing. Jimbly looking for those up airs, but Drays knows better. He's not playing around there. Oh, pulls the trigger on the down strong a little too early and doesn't find anything on it. Putting that smoke back online, but Jimbly is just not having it. Not having it. There's a dash attack into the air, looking for the forward air, but he doesn't quite find it. He gets an up air instead, and that is gonna do it. Winning that set for Jimbly in a very, very close game